Good morning, everybody. Today is training day 12. And it's Thursday, so we have today and tomorrow, and then we get the weekend off. We're walking in, not running late on time, but walking in. So I'll let you know how today goes. Hey guys, okay, so we're on day 12. I just finished my break. I talked to my wonderful daughter and my amazing mother. Today was very, very emotional for me. I'll elaborate on it when we're all done with treatment. But I haven't cried through this process. I've kept as positive as I can, and I still feel positive. I feel like this is a good thing. His nurse told me today, she said, every day you bring him in here, you're saving his life. Not many women can say that about their husband. And I feel more than grateful that I can go in there every day and contribute to saving his life until a donor is found. So I'll kind of explain to you later what happened and how I got emotional and kind of the trickle that my emotions caused, but none of it was bad. It was good. It was really good, especially considering that we are our nurses' first full trainees. So anyhow, I just wanted to let you know that on my break, and then I'll finish up when we're all done. Wish me luck for the rest of, we got probably about an hour left. So I'm gonna head back in. You all know how much Casey and I both love you and appreciate everyone's support. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, so I am back in the room and everything's moving along just fine. Don't mind my face. I had a lot of tears this morning. Casey is comfortably sleeping, which he should be doing right now. And we do have some oxygen on him, and I'll tell you about that later. It's definitely not necessary. It was completely only preventative. The whole machine is moving right along. We have had absolutely no errors. I got my little fancy schedule here, and our first at-home treatment is scheduled for September 9th. However, it could possibly be 3 to 4 days earlier. Most likely not, though, now that I'm looking at it. Although I'll be completed, we may have a few days off, but the machine will be delivered September 8th and completely hooked up. So September 9th is our scheduled date for our first at-home hemodialysis, and we will continue at home from there until a living donor is found or he receives a call that there happens to be an available kidney for him. We have so many thanks for so many people throughout all of this, but for now I just wanted to let everyone know everything's good. He's resting comfortably, and the oxygen is totally preventative. The nurse said she didn't even need to give it to him after she saw how I handled it all. So I will get into that as we leave. All right, now I gotta call the doctor, and I gotta take a nice, let's see, this little guy here, nice thick quiz. So I'm gonna get that taken care of. Bye, guys. Hey everybody. Okay, so we are home for the night. It's kind of late, so we're having a kind of late dinner, but we're gonna have breakfast for dinner, and all the kids are excited about it, so that's good. Anyways, I wanted to fill you in real quick on home hemo today. Everything went really, really well. Once I got Casey hooked up and got the dialysis started, I went and washed my hands, turned around and looked at him, and he was comfortable as could be, content as could be. And for the first time in a very long time, the tears just started falling. So I went over to him and he held my hands and said, everything's gonna be okay. Every day you do this, you're saving my life. He said, there's not There's not a lot of wives that can say that about their husbands. So I sat with him for a little while, and the tears just didn't want to stop. But they finally kind of started to slow down, and right as they slowed down, his heart rate went sky high. I could feel it from his chest. I was trying to check his pulse. I immediately pushed his blood pressure cuff and pulled the nurse's cord. His heart rate was at 147. The nurse came in, and I did what I do at home, and what he does for me when either one of us are anxious or our heart feels like it's racing. I held his hand with my left hand, and I put my hand, because I can't sit next to him in the chair he sits in. You guys have seen it in the pictures. So I put my hand on his chest, told him to lean his head back and to just breathe. So the nurse came in and did a manual check of his pulse, and it had gone down to 120, and she said she's gonna put some oxygen on, and she did. And I told her about 3 minutes later, I still had my hands in place on him like I would, and I told her he's better. And when I said that, she said the oxygen is like a placebo. She said, you are what made that stop and slowed his heart rate down. And I don't know if I've told you guys this, but we are this particular nurse's first full trainees for home hemo. It's the first time she's done home hemo. Oh my goodness. Casey's talking to his mom, so I keep squeezing myself into different rooms. Okay, I'm in the laundry room now, guys. Okay, so anyways, it's her first time doing home hemo. And she gave me probably one of the biggest compliments I could have ever taken when she said to me that us being her first patients to get through the full 4 to 6 weeks have set the bar so high, she doesn't know how it'll ever be met again. And she told me that in all of her years nursing, she has never seen two people as emotionally attached as Casey and I are. And she looked at me, and I still had some tears in my eyes, and she said, just as Casey said, every day you come here and you set him up, you're saving his life. And then she continued, and she said, again, that oxygen is not what calmed his heart rate. Your touch is what calmed his heart rate. And I think you know that as well as I do. And she's the most wonderful nurse, and I'm very, very thankful to have her. She told me, I wish I could just give you the biggest hug, but can I just pat you on the back, honey? And I, of course, said yes. And then started feeling better. But bottom line, end of the day, I guess the moral of my story is the emotional attachment you have with your spouse, your significant other, your children, whoever it may be. Something as simple as a touch can stop an actual medical issue. And because his blood pressure is running so high and not coming down, it comes down during dialysis. But outside of that, it goes right back up, and it's up pretty high. And right now they're saying that me holding on to him and having him, breathe with me and hold on to him is helping more than the medications. So my advice to anyone out there with medical problems or not is to find that emotional attachment you have with your spouse or your children or your best friend, whoever it may be, and pick up on it, realize how powerful it is, use it, because it works. And today it worked. And I told him I felt like this was all my fault because I started it, because I turned around and looked at him, and the tears, like I said, just started falling. And I do ask, a lot of times, I ask why him? Why the nicest person in the entire world? But, sorry, interrupted one more time. I'm almost done, guys. But I talked to my daughter tonight, and she told me, Mom, this is probably just part of your plan in this life. And you're not going to really be given more than you can handle, and you're handling it as good as you can. And I think that's true for most of us in life. I'm not going to speak for everyone. I'm just going to say that I think when hardship hits us, whether we have a good support system or, you know, next to none, regardless, we handle it as best we can. So, love your spouses, find that emotional attachment. Love your children, find that emotional attachment. Be able to let them feel your touch and know how much love is in that touch and how everything can be okay with just a little touch. All right, guys, I gotta make dinner. You know how much I love you all, our whole support system. And I will let you know how tomorrow goes. Good night, guys.